Hi, welcome back to my second part of the Sims commentary. And sorry about the quick interruption from last time, just recording time was running short, and well, yeah, I had to make a bit of a quick conclusion on that, but I'll probably save the detailed one for probably the last part and that, so yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. But anyway, for the next family, I figured I'd probably cover. And yeah, this is funny because I'm actually playing the same game as this character is based on, and I right now Duke Nukem Forever, and yep, Duke Nukem family. Okay, now this one I'm not entirely sure. I actually want to do like later on, but I want to save that for like family. But I'm just not sure. Like, also good news, Duke Nukem's that. Yeah, he's kind of got quite a bit. Like, let's see. Uh. You know what, I'll do Duke Nukem B. Why the fuck not? But yeah. I would say one thing that kind of gets me actually is, yeah, the fact that, see, when it comes to buying houses and that, like, you do get some of a choice in that regards, although I feel that at times it can be rather limited, because I think to start, if you're going to start in one of two cheap neighbourhood houses, and you see, this is something that, okay, this is another thing that bothers me entirely. What they could have done is just like, you know how you get all these empty houses? You could have limited to all these houses to as many custom finds as you could have. Meaning that if a cheap, if you moved out a cheap place in it, you can, then someone new could take over that. Assuming everything's for sale, of course, but that's besides the point. But yeah, here's Duke Nukem. And funny enough, it's not too bad a reputation yet. I'm just realising it. His skin's a bit too toned. He kind of looks a bit Africanish, and he's a bit more paler than that. I was trying to go for like a golden brown tan, but I think I might have overdone it a little bit. I say overdone it a little, even though it doesn't really feel like that. But let me have just a brief look at this thing. Yeah, obviously, if you don't know Duke Nukem and that, he's basically this super macho kind of guy, and I would say his main accomplishment is redefining, or okay, maybe not redefining, but maybe perhaps putting a masterpiece on what was already a good first person shooter at the time. And this is part when I think Doom was still pretty damn popular, and so yeah, Duke Nukem had quite a bit of history back in the 1990s, and rather the late 1990s, and so yeah, that was something special. But yeah, I would say that, yeah, one thing that gets me actually, yeah, it's the fact that actually, I'm just trying to think there and yeah, you know, I think this is, I can't recall if this was the second or the third family, I think it was the third family, and that started, and honestly, like, you would be surprised, but it's actually like, I think this just boils down just to how fucking easy the game is again, because look at it, I'm not even like, I don't think this one's no one at 4 weeks in, and I've got like a near full fleshed out house. Albeit most of it's empty, but I think over time I eventually start actually adding things into here, but yeah, it's just, oh boy, you know, just got all this good stuff here, and oh no, wait, I thought this had 3 floors. Hmm, hold on. Am I just getting myself confused here again? Oh no, wait, no, never mind. This doesn't have 3 floors. This only has 2. Whoops. Bit of a mistake on my part. Even though, oh no, wait, that's just a second. I thought, honestly, I thought I had 3 floors here, but okay, maybe I'm not that fucking rich, but still, and but Yeah, I would say all things considered, I think this is actually based on, I think, the first house. Oh, was it? Ah, so yeah, never mind. And yeah, basically, because of the fact I only had two houses to pick from, I decided Duke Nukem could go the same place that the Heavy Rain family was based in, except I can't put it with a different spin. I tried to create it in a different way, and you can kind of tell it's different. I say kind of, but you know, it's not too shabby. And you know, but yeah, I would actually argue that yeah, overall, and yeah, it's kind of like oh, how do I put it in perspective? Uh, yeah, one thing that gets me about the game actually, and I don't like to, I don't want to try and repeat points over and over, but one thing I would say about the game that could have been better, yeah. Oh yeah, this is something I've not yet talked about, so before I go on, I might as well cover it and get this out of the way. Yeah, I remember with EA, there was this thing here that, I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, it was, it's EA, what was it? You've probably seen it right at the start of the video and that, but yeah, basically there was a shared kind of like center place where basically you can you can like upload creations and such, like you know, like could be either like property that has like custom skins. Yeah, that's another good thing this place does. You know, I wasn't expecting them to go as far as saying allowing you to custom, single objects, so like all sorts of weird skins and that. But yeah, they do. I don't know if that applies for walls or floors, but I would not be surprised if that was the case. But yeah, they do allow you to go full on out, so I would not be surprised if there's some really out of this world kind of like house looking ones, you know, or ones that look really classy and such, you know. I would not be surprised if that was the case. And, you know, but yeah. I would say that perhaps one thing, also I'm thinking earlier, this might be the pregnancy thing again. Yeah, you know, one thing that actually gets me actually is just the fact that overall when it comes to playing these types of games, I think that, you know, you gotta be kind of in, how do I say this, you gotta be in this kind of like mentality where you're willing to commit in the long term towards like certain things, and I suppose it's like Minecraft, because to briefly go on Minecraft, I had actually, you know, like, I had some knowledge of the game. I usually do that just so I don't look like a complete twat. But with Minecraft's a bit of a special case because I looked in Minecraft quite a lot because I figured, well, I'll never be able to play the damn game. So I watched my videos about it. Although it had been at least a good 3 or 4 months since I watched any Minecraft video before I got the game, so I was a bit blind in that aspect. But regardless, you know, I actually managed to do not too bad a job. And, you know, I mean, for me, what my plan was actually, oh, and here's a pregnancy coming, but it went well. But yeah, one thing that I specifically remember actually was just the fact that I was trying to like expand out in the area, and what that meant basically was I would try and see what I'm doing, but yeah. But yeah, I specifically remember that because of just simply how would I say it? Yeah, it was just a yeah, that was it. Oh, here's the pregnancy and that. But what was I going to say again? Fuck, I can't even remember. Oh god. Uh, but yeah, I think that overall, oh Joel. Oh fuck it. Right, so and done. There we go. But yeah, as to what I was saying, yeah, I was trying to expand the current area because I didn't want to explore too far out, and because if you remember the Minecraft commentary, I had 3 houses in the jungle area, 2 which I never got around to expanding. Yeah, the main one was also the jungle tree house. That I did actually a lot on. The other 2 never really got anywhere. Like I had one near, like what, not too far from the shore. As no, well, it was right at the shore, but I was on a different bit. And yeah, that was like a stone house, but that never got anywhere. And as for another one, there was this earth house that didn't get anywhere even less. Like, you know, I don't even think it did much, and like, not as far as I could recall anyway. But yeah, yeah, I can't really say much about that other than, yeah, first thing I remember actually was the fact I fucking died to a creeper, and yeah, I know that's a typical death for everybody, but except I recall specifically it was around that earth burn house, and it was because of the fact that, yeah, one that annoyed me about it is the fact I didn't even see the creeper coming. It was like, see, the disadvantage is I didn't even have the sound on, so I couldn't even detect it coming, and so it was just me just trying to do a bit of mining. I was just looking about, and then poof, immediate death, and there was. I wouldn't even mind the fact that I was mostly lost on it. I could deal with the damage to my house, but fucking hell, it's just. But I suppose the good thing in that regard is the fact that, yeah, I would say that one of the things that was kind of good in that aspect was I was able to get all my items back. That's not always the case, especially if you go deep underground, and so yeah, that was a bit of an issue. But yeah, so again, it could be a lot worse, and yeah, would I say that, alright, to top up the Sims 3 again, yeah, would I say this game's particularly punishing in terms of cocking up? Hard to say because I'm really screwed up badly in this game, but I suppose if you don't get things right, it can take a while to set up. Particularly, I'm thinking of marriages, because I remember marriages are a bit of a finicky one in the Sims series. Although this one doesn't seem to be too hard with it. Like, for example, even when it came to legit weddings on or marriage attempts on the Sims Bustin Out, like, obviously me being naive when I was younger, and I would say that I'd been spent a good few times trying to go out to say, I think it was either Mimi Landgrab or there was who was the other one? I think it was Yang. Yeah, Yang. And I never managed to get it to work. And even when I tried my best, like to fulfill the mood, get them sociable, and all that, it just didn't work. And yeah, I eventually figured out that you just couldn't, and that was just not a thing. And so yeah, so I eventually had to, I think, create my own Sims, because I think that's, in Sims Plus now, you can only marry those from the create a Sims sort of thing. It's, what was it from? Yeah, it's from the neighbourhoods and that you can create. Like, there's a separate neighbourhood, 3 homes that you can put, like, families in, and, and they can kind of, like, coexist in a way, I suppose, and, although not directly in a sense. But yeah, one thing that got me about it is actually, yeah, I would say that perhaps the main thing that bothered me when it came to actually trying to marry somebody was simply in due to the persistent problem that, the game was actually fairly strict, and you'd be surprised, but the game required you to constantly be on the ball with all sorts of things, It wasn't just a simple matter of, it wasn't, that's a funny one there. Yeah, fixing the books, accountants at the business office, tasked with their balance sheets. Oh, yeah, if you don't know why that strikes this particular place in me, it's, yeah, if there's something I can relate to, it's going to be that opportunity, and that debits, credits, balance sheet, taxes, oh god. Oh, oh boy. But anyway, all that aside, yeah, I would say that perhaps one of the biggest gripes I have with the game is, well, not this game in particular, but with the Sims Bustin Out, was actually just the fact that I feel that with this game, that marriage steps seem to be really easy. Like, I think I've married about 3 or 4 times in between the three families, but I've never ever managed to you know, get a failed marriage, and even though I think one of them wasn't exactly spectacular, but yeah. Whereas in the Sims 2, no, sorry, not Sims, for the Sims Bustin' Out, it was pretty damn strict. Like, you had to be bang on with everything, getting all the food sorted out, make sure the people are happy, or most people anyway. You have to make sure the person you're trying to marry is really good, just near perfect mood, and obviously you need a high relationship, you need to do the whole marriage proposal thing, and I think there was a cost associated with it. Every time you're doing it was like 1,000K or something. No, yeah, $1,000 simoleons or something like that. And yeah, if you fucked up, yeah, that was it down the drain. And yeah, it was a bit of a pain in the ass, especially if you're trying to get it all working out. But oh well. I would say though that perhaps the main thing about this game that at least at least it does a good job of doing is, I suppose, when it comes to see what objects and that, try and go from cheap to in the middle to expensive to ludicrous kind of stuff, and it gets that balance right. The problem is that balance is kind of ruined when you consider the fact that yeah, it's just the fact that honestly I hate that fucking money counter thing. I know it's optional, you don't have to use it and that, but it's the fact it's there. That's what annoys me. Why is it even there? Or better yet, why is it so bloody overpowered? And I don't know if I'm maybe the one of the very few people who are nitpicky about that, but it seriously makes the game way too fucking easy. You know? Like, that's just my personal take on it. I just think that, yeah, the game is a tad bit broken. And I do mean broken. But yeah. Honestly though, I think that, yeah, the game could be a bit better in that regards, but also it could be a fuck ton worse. Yeah, if you probably noticed so far, I'm not even trying to control Sims actions, I'm just kind of following them and that. Because a kind of mentality that I had was that I would dictate just about everything they did, although I'd still let free will go on for those who I didn't control. And that, so there was that. And that, but yeah, I would say that one thing that gets to me actually is just the fact that, yeah, I think if the game had a bit more challenge to it, yeah, it means you wouldn't be able to progress as fast, but honestly, I actually see that's a good thing. Yeah, that's not a bad thing in my opinion. If the game was more punishing in regards to fuck ups, yeah, I would say that the game would probably have a bit more longevity. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, basically what I mean is that, yeah, the game would have more content in it in the sense that it's been spread out, not because there is actually more content, because I feel like what's the point of having all these different kind of things if you can achieve them really quickly? There's none. And that progress needs to be at a steady rate, it can't be too fast, and I feel like in this game's case it's just a tad bit too fast. And it doesn't feel quite as rewarding as you would think, but it's not terrible. The pacing's not way off, it's just a bit too fast for my comfort zone. You know, so you know, it is what it is, and that, you know, but oh well. And someone's birthday today. Oh well, I didn't see that one coming, but yeah. I'm just trying to think here what else to say, and before I close up. And for this part, can't actually think of too much, and you know, like I would say that overall, the game itself isn't too bad, and I mean, obviously, I think for a game like this, you've kind of got to, yeah, you've kind of got to commit yourself to it in the long run. You know, it's not something that you can just like put a lot of effort in and the rest will do itself. Unless you say, like, this is something I've never done before, is just let the game completely go free will, partially because of the fact that, you know, you're constantly getting interrupted. And, yeah, you know, a true free will game, I would just like say, if there was an option where I could, like, let the game decide the opportunities for me, so, you know, if I didn't do it in a certain amount of time, it would just do click something for me, and yeah, that would be nice. Because yeah, then it means that I could pretty much, you know, do the game and without having to, you know, worry about all that, you know. And it better, yeah, it's just, it kind of be interesting how it would play out, whether it'd fuck up or not. But I wonder if that's something we'll include for The Sims 4, and maybe, I don't know, but it would be nice for true free will, like just choices that they make, and because it seems more like they'll try and sustain themselves in their current situation, but they won't try to advance it. Like, you never see them going out deliberately learning skills, outside of maybe some of the more entertainment ones, or trying to like get jobs or do things that might try and progress them. You know, you never see that kind of thing, but hopefully maybe in the years to come there might be something like that, whether it be this Sims or the next one, you know? But yeah. So to conclude, I would say, yeah, this game's not all that bad, to be honest. Like, it's not terrible, but again, it's not great either. And yeah, when it comes to this, when it comes to the final part, I'll probably kind of go over my main family and then go towards the little show gallery thing that I was telling you about and show you some of my creations and that. So, yep. Till then, see you next time.